Arnolfini Portrait, Jan van Eyck. This portrait is recognized as one of the most complex oil paintings in Western art. So many people who have seen this painting can't help but admire the superb skills of the artist. But there is also an intriguing list of unexplained details that the artist left for us. This painting was made by the Northern European Renaissance artist Van Eyck in the 15th century. An Italian biographer in the 16th century incorrectly stated that oil paints were invented by Van Eyck, but he actually improved them. But while we're on the subject, before oil paintings were widely used, most painters used a type of paint called tempera for their paintings. Tempera was made by combining egg yolk and colored pigments, which can be painted onto wooden boards. But to create fine details that you see on paintings requires a lot of time, and this material dries very quickly. On the other hand, oil paint dries very slowly and gives the artist enough time to add layers of colors required to create even more beautiful images. The man and woman standing in the room are wearing fur-lined clothing. He's holding the woman's hand, and you can see that her other hand is positioned above her belly, which is sticking out a little. This made many people wonder whether the woman is pregnant or not. But this was just the way women wore their clothing back then. Experts have found that the amount of fabric on your clothing was an indication of how rich you were. Mr. Arnolfini, a successful cloth merchant, and since he's the main character in this painting, the artist included many details and clues about the identity and status of this couple. On the back wall of the room, the painter added his signature and the line, "Van Eyck was here, 1434. This detail in the painting has caused debates amongst art historians to this day. Some scholars say it's more than just a portrait, and that this painting is also proof of a marriage that Van Eyck was one to witness. Some experts believe that the Arnolfini Portrait couple are already married, and this was a wedding photo created by the artist for them. This is a great big brass chandelier which has some very exquisite details and not surprisingly also quite expensive. What is the meaning of a single lit candle on such a large and expensive chandelier? That's just one of the puzzles hidden in this painting that have baffled scholars to this day. Looking closely at the circular mirror hanging on the wall, you can see the back of the couple in the reflection, plus two other people in the distance. They are both standing near the entrance of the room, but dressed in differently colored blue and red clothing. One of them is likely to be the painter, but the identity of the other person is anyone's guess. You can catch a glimpse of a cherry tree through the narrow gap of the open window. Cherries symbolize love, but do you notice anything strange about it being in this picture? As you can see, the couple are wearing thick winter clothing, but don't cherry trees produce fruit in summer? Even today, scholars can't agree on the answer to this particular mystery left behind by the painter. There's an orange placed on the windowsill and others scattered on the table. These were especially chosen items that the painter has positioned carefully in the painting like the oriental rug, which you can see behind the woman's leg. At the time, these were all expensive items that had to be imported. The puppy is a symbol of fidelity and is a gift from the husband to his wife. Back then, only wealthy nobles or women of the court owned dogs as pets, so this puppy is yet another hint of the wealth and social status of this couple.